So Aquarius, the first card you have for your past is the Chariot. So yeah, I'm seeing two things in this card actually. I'm seeing someone was definitely interested. There's a conflict here, is what I'm seeing. Someone was really interested in you. Someone was very passionately interested in you. They wanted a relationship with you. They wanted all of that with you. But there was some fear. They were fearing being close to you. That's what I'm seeing. There was a lot of confliction, a lot of conflicted feelings going on inside their heart. They were really kind of all over the place emotionally. Their heart was telling them to go for what they wanted and come and tell you how deep their feelings were, but they were hesitating for some reason. They had a kind of a barrier around themselves, which is what I see with the Chariot quite often. This man's kind of barricaded inside this Chariot. So I'm seeing this person might actually have this barrier around them a lot, not just in love, not just with you, but with all different people in all kinds of different areas of their lives. This person finds it very difficult to let anyone in, and they might have a lot of surface friendships or surface kind of relationships with people, but nothing very deep. There are a lot of thoughts and lots of emotions that they keep to themselves. And I'm seeing this person kind of having a lot of friends, speaking to people, but kind of joking with them and laughing. But then if anyone asks them a deep question or tries to probe or find out more, they kind of just go into a joke mode. They start laughing or they change the subject. They don't like to get in too deep with people. And I think that's... They don't like to feel like that. They don't like to open themselves up to people. That's what I'm seeing in this card. So the next card you have for your past is the Ace of Swords. So yes, swords, sharpness, all of that kind of thing. So you were very sharp mentally at this time. You were very alert. You were very aware of what people were doing, what they were saying, especially around work, but other things as well. I'm seeing other places as well. I'm seeing you had very, very high instincts as well, very strong instincts. You could sense what was happening around people. You could sense atmospheres in different rooms, and you could sense atmospheres coming from different people as well. So you were able to kind of work out what to say at the right time and what not to say. Not in a manipulative way, but it was just like, if you could sense a mood coming from someone, you knew not to say certain things. And if a person was kind of, you were sensing a more positive thing coming from someone, atmosphere, then you'd know that you could say, you had the green light to say something else. So it was that kind of thing. Now, this shows me also if you had these instincts, this sharp kind of way of seeing things at this time, you probably knew that this person in the Chariot had some kind of... They didn't want to show their true feelings. They didn't want to show how vulnerable they were to people. They didn't want to open up to people. Now, I'm seeing that you probably knew that about them. You could probably sense this about them. You probably knew that you could speak about certain things to them, but then you couldn't speak about others because they'd either close off, change the subject, or start laughing or make a joke or something. So I think you knew that about them, but I don't think you knew that they had these really, really strong, passionate feelings for you. I think you probably didn't realise that. That's what I'm seeing. So the last card you have for your past is the Two of Wands. So yes, this is, you were very powerful at this time because you had, the Ace of Swords. You were very instinctually strong. You were very articulate. You were very mentally strong at this time. And you probably held a lot more power in your hands than you thought, because this man has the world in his hands. So you had a lot of power, and you had a lot more power than you knew, than you realized that you had. You had some really big decisions you had to make. That's what I'm seeing. These might have been really big decisions. And this card can be about contemplating your next move, things like that. Sometimes it can be about moving or traveling. And I am seeing that travel, some kind of travel, might be in one of these decisions that you have to make. Now, what I'm seeing is someone is coming to you, or they did come to you at this time, and they presented you with a few different choices. So maybe they said to you, I don't know if this was a job or this was something else, but somebody came to you and they said, you have this choice or you have this choice. And you're kind of thinking about that. Now, you didn't realize that you had the power to make your own choices outside of that. And you also had the power to combine different things. So you might have seen these two choices and you might have said, well, I like that in that bit and I like that in that one, but I don't like that and that. So you could combine these things. You could also bring in your own choices and propose these choices to that person yourself that were completely different again. You had a lot more open to you than you realized you had in terms of these choices. That's what I'm seeing. And there were some of these choices that would have been good for you, or could be good for you if you're still going through this, were kind of outside of the conventional choice, kind of outside of what was so-called normal, I'm seeing. And some of these choices are going to be the best ones for you. So also you need to shake off, or if you're still going through this, you're going to have to shake off what people might think of you when you make these choices. But yes, you had a lot more options than you thought you did. And you had some options that you actually hadn't thought of, because you needed to think outside of just those two choices. That's what I'm seeing. I hope that all makes sense for you. So the first card you have for your present is the Page of Cups. Yeah, again, here's this person. I think this is this person in the Chariot, because here's someone laughing with you, joking around, and flirting a bit even, and having a fun time with you. But anything beyond that, I think this person feels a bit out of their depth. And they feel a bit, excuse me, I just coughed, out of their depth, bad feelings about getting close to people. But I think, they wanted to. It's like part of them wants to get close to you and other people, and another part of them feels really scared and bad about that. It's very strange, because I'm looking at this, there's a wavy sea behind this page, and the waves are going up and down, they're rising and falling. So one minute they might look like they're coming close to you, where the sea is rising, and then at other times it will fall. They'll kind of move back again, because they'll suddenly get scared and they'll say, oh no, and they'll move away from you, they'll back off. So this could be more frustrating for them than it is for you, actually. A lot more frustrating for them. Because on the one hand, they'd love to have closer relationships with people, but then on the other hand, they feel that they feel really scared. They feel really scared about having these close relationships. So this is something that they can resolve. And they're going to have to resolve this themselves, whatever this big problem is. But by that time, it might actually be too late, because these big life choices I could see in the Two of Wands are probably going to either force them to kind of come forward and connect with you properly, or they might force you to just move on and give up on this, or it might make them just say, well, I give up and I'm just going to go back to where I'm comfortable. So it's going to kind of force some kind of choice in them, probably. The next card you have for your present is the Ten of Cups. More cups, more emotions. So this person's going through a lot of emotion, but they're not showing it to anyone. And deep down, I'm seeing this is what they'd love. They'd love to have a deep connection with you. They'd love to have a deep connection with other people as well. They'd love to feel at ease. They'd love to feel comfortable, be deeply connected with people. The other thing I'm seeing in this is that you have a very close connection with some members of your family, and not everyone, but some people. And you might have talked about this around this person. You might have said to this person who can't get close to you, you might have said to them, oh, I went to see my brother or my friend or my sister or my parents. And, they said this, it was so good spending time with them, because I got to, spend time, with their children or their partner or whoever, and it was really fun and we had a good time, we did this and blah, and we're really close, and I just love being able to spend that time with them, or something like that. And then this person in the Chariot, or the person who is scared of being close to you, I'm seeing them thinking to themselves, I'd love to have that. I'd love to have a close relationship with someone where I just feel comfortable, just at ease, and I can just express what I want to, and but I'm still very afraid. Very afraid. They might have problems with trust as well. So things aren't simple for them. They're not straightforward for them emotionally. There's a lot of mixed feelings inside their heart, inside their emotions. This is a big struggle for them. The last card you have for your present is the King of Wands. So again, I don't mean to talk about this person all the time, this person who wants to come close to you, but they do have very strong feelings for you, and they're around you a lot because I see you talking to them and laughing and things like that. And yeah, they're just around you a lot, and that's probably why they're in your reading. And they do feel very strongly towards you. I know I'm repeating myself. So yes, the other thing I'm seeing around this is they're very popular. I see a lot of people joking and laughing with this person. They might go out, they might get up and go out all the time, because I see a lot of action in this card. And, you know, they're out with people all the time, joking, laughing, having good fun, this and that, ha ha ha. They're a really fun person to be around. But I think anything deeper than that, they shy away from. That's what I'm seeing. But yes, they're a really outgoing, fun person. I'm seeing that again with this person. So the first card you have for your future is the Wheel of Fortune. So this could be the time that you start to make these big decisions that you had to make, that I was seeing in the Two of Wands. I'm seeing that, you know, you're putting a lot of thought, you're putting a lot of research into these decisions and making these decisions. And some of these decisions you have to make are going to actually feel a little bit scary to you. But I'm seeing that once you've made these decisions, or the decision you're going to make, you're going to start to feel a lot freer, a lot more at ease. And again, with this wheel turning around, I'm seeing motion again. I'm seeing travel, moving, might be connected to one of these decisions. And yeah, you probably are going to do some kind of traveling. You're going to see some different scene and a completely different atmosphere. You're going to be surrounded by something completely different. And you're going to learn from this different experience, this different atmosphere. It's really starting to rain. It's very heavy. That's that noise. If you can hear a noise going, shh, it's rain. It's just started raining. So yeah, you're going to be learning from this experience, from this traveling. Because when you look at this card, the characters in the corners are reading, they're studying, so they're reading books. So this traveling, this experience that you're going to have, it's going to help you to learn things, maybe about a different culture, maybe about a different way of life. But also you're going to learn a lot about yourself. You're going to learn a lot about yourself. You're progressing inside yourself. You're having a lot of self-growth inside yourself at this time. Internal growth and external growth. So you're moving forwards. That's where this wheel is turning forwards for you. So the next card you have for your future is the Five of Swords. So yes, the wheel is really turning forwards for you. It's really positive for you. You're going to be probably doing this traveling. You might have a new job opportunity. You might have a lot of very positive, good opportunities coming to you. You're going to be feeling very positive, and you're going to be feeling very, you're going to have this kind of positive aura, this successful aura about you at this time. And yes, you're going to be feeling different. I'm seeing you also looking different. So you might be changing your appearance, changing your hair, changing your clothes, something like that, feeling a lot more confident. Or it might just be that, you know, your confidence is changing how you appear. Yeah, I keep on seeing this aura of success, this successful aura around you. There's also going to be a little bit of jealousy around you, I'm seeing, when you have this look of success around you. I think you know who might be jealous of you. I think you know there's a jealous person who's been jealous of you or jealous of other people for a long, long time. You know this person very well. This person has been in your life. They go way back with you, I'm seeing, whoever this is. They've always had a problem with comparing themselves to other people. And now that you have this kind of success around you, they're kind of doing this jealous competition thing with you. I'm seeing they might be saying some kind of goading things to you, some nasty things to you, trying to get you to take the bait, trying to kind of pick on little things about you to get you to be defensive and say, no, I'm not like that. La la la, and that adds to their energy. So I think you know that this is going to add to their energy. So what I'm seeing with this is, if you look at the Five of Swords, you look at this card, these two men are just walking away. They're just like, I'm not going to bother with this person. This is trying to steal my swords. He's acting in a really shady way. He looks really greedy or something, and I'm just going to walk off. So that's what you're doing with this person. You know this is their problem. Their jealousy, their insecurities, all of that is their problem. It is not your problem. And they can keep their problem. That's what you're thinking. If they're going to say these nasty things to me, they can say that on their own, because I'm not going to be around to see it. So that's what you're doing. You're not going to bite. You're just going to walk away. And you know that you've worked hard. You know that you deserve to be where you are. And there's no point in talking to someone like that. That's what I'm seeing. So you're not nasty to them. You're not nasty to them. You're just kind of walking off, minimizing, saying, oh, well, okay, I'm busy. I have to do something else. You might be on a phone call to them, and they might be saying, oh, ha, 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 you're this. And you just say, well, all right, well, I'm quite busy, so I'll talk to you later. Something like that. The last card you have for your future is the Knight of Cups. Here we are. Here's this person in the Chariot. So you're changing, you're going to be changing in the Wheel of Fortune. You're going to be more confident, you're going to be more successful, you're going to be happier in yourself, you're going to be moving forward, making changes, learning, all of that kind of positive stuff. This is what you're going to be doing. This person who wants to get close to you, but they can't, they're not changing, they're not evolving at this time, especially emotionally. So they're still going to be in the same place at this time, feeling deeply, thinking about their emotions, wanting to get close to you and other people. They're not going to be able to address these feelings. They're not going to be able to do this at this time. Now, they're going to work through this eventually, but it's something they're going to have to do themselves. It's not anything anyone can do for them. So I'm seeing you have a choice. You might want to talk to them about this. You might recognize this. Now, you do recognize this in them because you are very intuitive. You're very smart. You're very clever. So you will probably recognize this in them. Now, you probably don't realize what they feel about you, but you do realize that I'm seeing you probably do realize that they struggle to get close to people. So I'm seeing you might reach out and talk to them about this. I'm seeing the same thing will probably happen again. They'll probably turn into a joke or something. Whatever you do, I think this is something they're just going to have to work through themselves. They're going to have to get through this process themselves. Now, I think, if you want to talk to them, it's probably a good thing to do. You might want to suggest things to them to help them. But it's up to them to choose to do that or not, ultimately. That's what I'm seeing.